This video will cover the different types of amplifiers most commonly found in Daktronics systems. An amplifier is an electronic device used to increase the voltage of electrical signals, in this case audio signals. Audio amplifiers generally start with a line level signal of around 1 volt and then amplify it to speaker level signal, which can be many times higher. For example, an amplifier rated at 5000 watts into an 8 ohm speaker at full output can produce up to 200 volts. It is therefore recommended to power amplifiers off before servicing in case signals get sent to them. Amplifiers used at Daktronics come in two different form factors. A rack mount amplifier mounts into a rack and then uses speaker cable to get signal to the speakers. Plate amplifiers mount directly into the back or side of a speaker and then connect internally to the speaker drivers. These are most commonly used in the Sport Sound 500 HD, 1500 HD, and 2000 HD systems. Amplifiers used at Daktronics can be grouped into two different types or usage cases: standalone and networked amplifiers. Standalone amplifiers generally have no network connection, but it is possible to use some network-capable amplifiers as a standalone amp. These amps take in an analog signal for processing and amplification, and usually have built-in DSP and can be configured through software. Networked amplifiers have a network port and are connected to a larger audio network. These amps may take an analog signal and convert it to digital, or get signal from a digital source. Networked amps have built-in DSP and are configured and controlled through software. Speaker power amplifiers are a plate amplifier used in standard systems like the 500 HD, 1500 HD, and 2000 HD. Some older custom outdoor systems also use these amplifiers. Speaker power amps use CobraNet for audio signal transport and have onboard DSP. Very old models only had analog inputs and onboard DSP with no network capabilities. These are now replaced with a newer model when service is needed. If the software is needed, the installers can be found at dakfiles.daktronics.com. Configuration for these amps happens in CobraNet Discovery or for custom systems CobraMote software. Monitoring for standard systems is done with Sport Sound monitor panels, and custom systems can be tested and monitored from CobraMote. QSC amplifiers with a -Q in their name have network ports to connect to a QSC QLAN network. Two network ports are present to allow for a primary and redundant network in case one of the networks were to fail. These amplifiers are used in custom systems and may or may not have analog inputs on them, however most will. These amps have onboard DSP for speaker processing, however they must be connected to a QSC core to be configured and have processing loaded to the amp. All configuration is done through QSys Designer, which then pushes the configuration to a core DSP, which then relays instructions to the amplifier. Monitoring of these amplifiers is generally done through QSys UCI Viewer, but more advanced data can be found through QSys Designer. This software is available for download at qsc.com as QSys Designer. This download includes all software needed. QSC CXD amplifiers that don't have a -Q in their name are standalone amplifiers. These amps are used in standard systems such as the SSN 150, SSN 250, and SS 200. They have analog inputs and onboard DSP for speaker processing. The CXD amplifiers do not have network ports but instead use a USB port for configuration. All configuration is done through QSC's Amplifier Navigator, and monitoring for advanced troubleshooting can also be done in this software. This software is also available at qsc.com. Crown amps with network ports are used in custom systems most commonly prior to 2017. Some may be used in systems as standalone amplifiers. For example, the DCI 4x1250N may be used in the SSN 250 system. Most of these amplifiers have both analog and network audio inputs, as well as onboard DSP for speaker processing, though some older ones have very limited capabilities. Configuration and monitoring of Crown amplifiers is done through Audio Architect. However, older systems use System Architect and London Architect instead. This software is available from audioarchitect.harmanpro.com or bssaudio.com. These amplifiers generally have separate network ports for control communication and audio transport, so it's possible that an amplifier shows online in software, but the audio transport connection could be down. Some ground network amplifiers only have control network connections, and audio is received through analog or digital inputs through XLR connections. Crown XDI amplifiers are a standalone amp. These are mostly used in standard indoor SSN 150 systems. The XDI amplifiers have analog inputs and onboard DSP for processing. They don't have a network port, but instead use a USB port for configuration. These amplifiers are usually configured in System Architect, but it is possible that some custom systems use Audio Architect. This software is available from audioarchitect.harmanpro.com. Dynacord IPX series amplifiers are used in custom systems. The amps have both analog inputs and Dante inputs, as well as Dante outputs for signal transport. IPX amplifiers have onboard DSP for speaker processing, and they use SonicQ or IrisNet software, as well as Dante controller for configuration. For monitoring, SonicQ and IrisNet are used, and thanks to a QSys plugin, they can also be monitored using QSys UCI Viewer. This software is available from Dynacord.com and Audinate.com. Other amplifiers may be used in Daktronics systems, but are much less common. For assistance with these other amplifiers, contact Daktronics Audio Engineering.